I moved to LA for work a year ago. One night, I was walking home from a friend's party around 11 p.m. It wasn't too late, and I was completely sober, just a bit tired. As I reached the quieter end of Melrose Avenue, a police cruiser pulled up next to me. A man in uniform stepped out. He looked official. Badge. Radio. The whole look. He asked for my ID, saying there had been a nearby robbery, and I matched the description. I hesitated, but something felt off. He didn't give me a reason to trust him. No backup, no partner, and the car had no number plate. I asked to see his badge up close. He flashed it quickly, then told me to step into the car so he could run my details. That's when alarm bells went off. I said I had my ID on my phone and would call 911 to verify. The moment I said that, his tone changed. He tried to grab my arm. I yanked it back and ran. Full sprint. I darted into a liquor store a block away, out of breath and panicked. The store clerk saw me and locked the door behind me. We called the police. Real officers arrived in 10 minutes. They told me there had been a string of incidents like this. Someone impersonating a cop, targeting people walking alone at night. They never caught him. Since then, I never walk home alone at night. And whenever a cop approaches me, I ask for their badge number and call it in to be sure. Because in LA, the uniform doesn't always mean safety. 2 weeks after the incident, I tried to move on. I changed my schedule, avoided walking alone, and even started using rideshare apps at night. But a strange paranoia stayed with me, like I was being watched. One night around 1 a.m., I got back from a late shift. As I stepped out of the Uber, I noticed a police cruiser parked down the street. Same style, same spot, just sitting there, engine running. I froze. I didn't want to jump to conclusions. Maybe it was real this time. But then, the driver's side door opened, and out stepped the same man. Same uniform. Same fake calm on his face. I didn't wait. I ran to my apartment. Doran fumbled with the keys. He shouted behind me, "Wait, I need to talk to you." But I slammed the door and locked it just in time. I peeked through the peephole. He wasn't running, just staring up at my building. He stood there for minutes, then got back in his car and drove off. No sirens, no radio call. I called 911 again. But by the time the real police came, he was long gone. I filed a report, but the officers said the impersonator was clever. He used unmarked cars and modified uniforms. No one had a clear picture of his face. Just like before, he vanished into the city. A few days later, a letter appeared under my door. No envelope, just a folded paper. Inside it read in messy handwriting, "I didn't sleep that night. Every creak, every distant siren made my heart race." I moved a chair in front of the door and sat with a kitchen knife in my hand till sunrise. Over the next few days, I changed my locks, installed cameras, and told the building manager everything. But there was one problem. No one believed me. Even the cops started treating me like I was paranoid. "There's no clear evidence. He's probably gone," they said. But I knew he wasn't. 3 days later, around 3 a.m., I heard it. A softer knock at my door. Not loud, not aggressive. Jew, knock, knock, knock. I checked the camera feed on my phone. Nothing. I tiptoed to the peephole, my hands shaking. No one. Then my phone buzzed. Unknown number. One message. "You've got a blind spot under the peephole." I dropped the phone. Whoever it was, they were standing just outside the peephole's range, knowing exactly where I'd look. The knocking stopped after a few minutes. But in the morning, I found something taped to the door. A Los Angeles Police Department business card. My name was written on it in red marker, but it wasn't my handwriting. and on the back, it just said, "See you soon, neighbour." A soft knock at my door. Not loud, not aggressive, just persistent.